My name is Line. I live here in a small house with a small garden with my son and my husband. When we first bought this house, there was no vegetable garden. There was almost no flowers except some roses. So we made it all from scratch. We planted apple trees, a cherry tree, a pear tree. There was a plum tree, but unfortunately it got some disease and we had to cut it all the way down. We have chickens, and I just enjoy growing my own food and my own vegetables. And since we got our son, November last year, I just feel like I want my garden to be a place where he can go and pick out some berries and eat some berries and eat some vegetables. And hopefully for him also to enjoy the garden life. Up until now, I didn't take my garden very serious. I acted like my garden would just grow the food for me. Of course, I know that I have to put a seed in the ground and make some seedlings and put them in the ground, and then something will grow. I know it doesn't magically happen overnight, but I always feel motivated in the beginning of the year, where I'm so excited to get started with the season, and I can just picture it. Like, how will the garden look in a few months? But then something happens, and I kind of lose interest over time as soon as the weeds start to come, because I'm not so good at keeping the weeds on a minimum. And as soon as they take over, I start to neglect the garden a bit. And I want to change that, because I know that my dream is to grow my own food. And in order for me to do so, I need to take it serious. And I've come to a point in my life where I want to take it serious. And I want to record everything what I'm doing and everything what I learn, so I can share it with you. And you can hopefully also learn something from me and my mistakes and all what I learn. Two years ago, we built the greenhouse. It's not a very big greenhouse. It's only 5 square meters, but it's enough for us. Last year, I didn't have luck with anything I produced in the greenhouse. I think I got 15 tomatoes and not even one cucumber. Last year was a really bad year in the greenhouse. But again, I just got my son. He needed all my attention. So of course I neglected the garden for a while. And that includes the greenhouse. But now I'm starting all over. Why do I want to start all over now, and what happened? I want to start all over now because winter is the perfect time to start fresh. Everything is sleeping in the garden, and it's easy to imagine what it can look like when summer comes. You can just see all the potential, and it's easier to make new raised beds, and it's easier to make flower beds in the garden, or start to plan out where you want to have it. Because in the summertime, where everything is overgrown and everything is green and lush, it doesn't look like it needs much help, because nature will take over and nature will be here no matter what we do. But I want to produce so much in my garden that I can store it and can it up for the winter time. And I also want the garden to be a place where me and my family can go and explore and have fun. I want my garden to be a place where imagination grows. I want it to be a fun place to be, especially for me and my son. My husband, he doesn't care so much about the garden. He just wanted to look pretty and organized. And I'm not, I'm a messy person in the garden. If I'm not over it all the time, it gets out of hand. And I know this from experience. As you can see, I have a lot of plastic pots. I save them because I need them for starting seeds in the spring. And later I'm selling the plants like a small grow shop what my husband built. And here I'm also selling some of the plants what I have extra, what I have to spare. And these ones are good for that. And also I use them like labeling. So I cut them into pieces and I use them as labeling because it's free instead of buying these labels what maybe already have words on them. You can just make them yourself. I want to grow a lot of new stuff in my garden. Of course, I want to grow everything what I know already, what I want to eat, like cucumbers and carrots and onions and corn. But I also want to grow something new. And I want to focus more on what I can save for the winter. Like all vegetables would store well, I want to grow that. And I want to grow more herbs and also flowers because flowers make you happy and the pollinators love flowers. And you need pollinators in your garden to grow some vegetables like pumpkins. I also want to create some new garden beds, some new raised beds. My husband, he built the two what I already have, the two existing raised beds he built for me, and he has agreed to build two more. So I'll have even more space to grow. I want to have several places where I can grow flowers, and I want to have spaces where I can sit and have a good view over my garden and I can see something different from every angle. So I need to have a lot of spaces where you can sit and enjoy. My favorite color is pink and purple. So I will be focusing on these colors, but of course all colors will be welcome. But these are my favorite colors and I want to focus on that. I want to be better at cleaning and I want to be better at removing weeds and all the mess what can easily come in the garden. I want to be better at improving my soil and making compost is also a dream of mine. I want to be better at mulching because bare soil is dead soil. So what I'm going to do is take leaves and put on top of the soil so it will not stay bare for the winter. But most of all, I just want it to be a place where I can go on an adventure and explore everything. I want to be curious and also see my garden in a curious way. How we can make it more fun is my new mantra. I also want to grow a lot of cut flowers because a nice bouquet on the dinner table is always nice, and it's always nice to have flowers and vegetables which you can give to loved ones. I think some of the biggest challenges for me is that English is not my native tongue or not my native language, and I think it will be a little bit challenging for me to make everything in English, but I have my mindset on it that I will only be producing videos in English, so most people can learn something from me. As every gardener know, pests is a big problem in a garden, especially slugs. We used to have ducks for the slug control, but they were eaten. So I still have the chickens, and they will eat the eggs of the slugs, so I hope that they will take a big part of the problem, but there will always be slugs, of course. And I'm very excited to see things grow and eat my own vegetables and to just have a garden that I can be proud of. And I'm so excited to share the process with you here on YouTube. In my videos, you can expect to see me learning and sharing everything what I learn. And you can watch my garden grow with me. And I hope you will come along with me on this journey, and you're always very welcome to write suggestions to me. If there's something you want me to do, or you see something in the garden what I can improve, or what I need to grow next time. Maybe you have a favorite plant, what you want me to grow here in my climate. And I'm so happy you're here, and I'm just eager to get started, and as always, I'm so excited for the new year, so we can really get started, because now the videos right now will be mostly about preparing for the new year, preparing the garden for the new year, because right now everything is sleeping, and I'm preparing my seeds and my new plants and cleaning my garden and making it completely ready for next year. So yeah, I'm so happy you're here, and I'm really excited to share my journey with you. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.